My wife got back in shape and decided she could do better than me, so she filed for divorce. But I'm not gonna lie, I let myself go after we got married, gained about 60 pounds over 5 years, stopped going to the gym, lived in sweatpants. My wife Jessica started getting really into fitness about a year ago. She joined this expensive gym downtown, hired a personal trainer, meal prepped every Sunday. I was actually proud of her. She looked amazing and seemed so much happier. But then things started changing. She'd come home from the gym later and later, always on her phone texting and smiling. When I'd ask who she was talking to, she'd say it was just her gym friends. She started dressing nicer, wearing makeup to go work out, buying all these new clothes. I figured she was just feeling confident again. One night in March, Jessica sat me down at the kitchen table and said we needed to talk. She told me she wasn't happy anymore, that we'd grown apart, that she wanted different things now. Then she handed me divorce papers that were already filled out. She'd met with a lawyer and everything without even telling me. I was completely blindsided. When I asked if there was someone else, she got defensive. Said it wasn't about another person, it was about her realizing she deserved better. That hurt worse than anything. She moved out that week and went to stay with her sister. I was a mess. Barely eating, couldn't sleep, calling in sick to work. My buddy Derek came over and basically forced me to get my life together. He said the best revenge was living well, so I started working out too. Not to win her back, but because I needed something to focus on besides feeling sorry for myself. I joined a different gym across town and started going every morning before work. Hired a nutritionist, cut out all the junk food, actually started taking care of myself. 3 months passed and I'd lost 40 pounds. I felt better than I had in years. During this time, Jessica kept texting me about the divorce paperwork, asking when I was gonna sign. I kept stalling, saying I needed more time to review things with my lawyer. Truth was, something felt off about the whole situation. Then one day in June, I ran into Jessica's sister Amy at the grocery store. She looked uncomfortable when she saw me. We made small talk for a minute, then she asked if Jessica had told me about Brandon yet. My stomach dropped. Brandon was her personal trainer. Amy said she felt terrible keeping it secret, but Jessica had been seeing him since February. They were already living together in his apartment. That's when Amy said something that made me pay attention. She mentioned that Brandon had convinced Jessica to max out her credit cards on his training packages and supplements. Said he was helping her invest in herself. I went home and started digging through our old bank statements that I still had access to. Jessica had opened 3 new credit cards in her name and ran up over $30,000 in debt. All at Brandon's gym, all for his training sessions, his meal plans, his supplement company that was definitely a pyramid scheme. She'd even taken out a personal loan for $15,000, all in the last 4 months. I called my lawyer immediately, showed him everything. He explained that since we were still legally married, I could be held responsible for half that debt if we divorced now. But here's where it gets good. My lawyer found out that Brandon had done this exact same scheme with 2 other married women at his gym. Convinced them to leave their husbands, get in shape, max out credit cards on his services, then dump them once the money dried up. One of the women had already filed a complaint. We contacted her and the other victim, gathered all the evidence, and filed a lawsuit against Brandon and his gym. Jessica found out about the lawsuit when she got served papers as a witness. She called me crying, saying she'd made a huge mistake, that Brandon had kicked her out once he found out about the legal trouble. She was broke, homeless, and drowning in debt. She begged me not to sign the divorce papers, said we could work through this. I told her my lawyer would be in touch. Then I signed the papers, but only after my lawyer made sure all that debt stayed in her name alone since she'd opened everything after separating from me. The judge agreed since I had proof I didn't know about or benefit from any of it. The divorce finalized last month. I'm down 65 pounds, got a promotion at work, and started dating someone who actually appreciates me. Jessica is back living with her sister, working 2 jobs to pay off Brandon's scam. Brandon's gym got shut down and he's facing fraud charges. Turns out getting in shape was the best thing that happened to both of us, just not the way she expected.